everyone, I just wanted to make a really kind of short video for you to explain everything that's kind of been set to you as part of your SIL. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk you through kind of everything. If you've got any problems, obviously you need to get in touch with me. So I'm doing this on my phone. Obviously you can do it on your phone or you can do it on your computer. Computer is probably best, to be honest, but this is just an easy way for me to show everything to you. So you'll see obviously that I've set your SIL in two separate parts here. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the first one just so that you can see what's attached to the assignment, and I'll guide you through kind of how to do everything. So you'll see that we've attached to it the PDF document, which you'll have been set a PDF document for all of your subjects, I would imagine. It's just basically a clear way to give you a load of instructions and everything's kind of hyperlinked up. So just to clarify, if you can print this checklist off, then that would be fabulous, okay? And you can kind of tick everything off as you are doing it, because there are quite a number of different tasks here to work your way through. If you don't have a printer at home, then that's fine as well, but obviously you do need to keep referring back to this as a checklist, because these are all the kind of documents that you will need to submit to your teacher, either electronically. Pictures can be provided as evidence. Obviously it is set up as an electronic assignment on Teams, so everything should be evidenced on there. You will also need to show this to your new teacher in September when the term starts, but the kind of reason why we've set it up like this as the PDF document is that you can really keep tabs on the progress that you are making. So the way that this document works is that it's largely hyperlinked up, especially if there's video kind of content that you need to work your way through. So for example, this first task here, which is part of the revision for the progression exam, is to work on some of your revision kind of skills. So over the course of the year, I have set to you a number of metacognition videos, and we've watched a couple of them in class, not all of them, it has to be said, but we've watched a few of these videos in lesson. You'll have seen them in your other subjects as well. So what we want you to do here is we just want you to re-watch those video clips. It will give you a good grounding really for how to approach your revision for the progression exam in September. So what you do is you just click on each one of those icons and you can see it will take you straight through onto YouTube. So for all of the SIL, if we just go back to that document, if we look at the SIL document, anytime you can see that there is a framed icon, then that will take you into a video lesson. So this one's on Microsoft Stream, because this was one that I made for everybody in the trust, but it should do the exact same thing.
Hi all.
Yep, so you can see there that takes you into that task there. So again, if we go back to the little document, anytime that there are one of these video links, then that's how you would work through those. Now, the other thing that you need to get used to navigating around is the shared space that you've been added to on Teams. Basically, we had to be able to set this work to the whole cohort. So you have been added to a new team. I know some of you have already been in there, but this is where you will find all of the resources that are referred to throughout this document. So I'm going to come out of the PDF now and just show you that new team space. So you want to come out of your class space. Obviously all the work that you do will still be submitted via our class. Like I say, you can attach photographs of the work that you've completed, or Word documents, or PDF, whatever you want. So the new class is this one here, TNCP Psychology, and when you click on that, you want to go into general. You'll see that there's some links to some quizzes, which is part of the SIL. That's part of your revision stuff. But then if you go into files, you'll see, oh, I don't know why they just disappeared there. Bear with me, obviously I am having problems with this. Yeah, if you go into files, it's really been temperamental for me. I've not been able to access anything these last 2 days. Let me just close it down and try again. This is why I haven't been able to mark your work yet, I'm afraid, guys, because I just can't get anything to load up properly. So we'll try again. Right, so it's still not letting me do this. I really don't understand why, but you could see there that temporarily what loads up is a set of files and folders. So contained within those folders are all the documents that are referred to on that PDF SIL document, okay? Let me just try it once more. Just don't understand. So I'm so sorry about this. Like I say, I am having massive issues with it, but you can see that the files are there. If anybody's having similar problems, then please do get in touch with me and I can send you any documents that are maybe not loading up for you. But they definitely are there because I've used them in my other class. So you should be able to access those. But if I just pull up again the assignment PDF so you can see what I mean here. If we open that up, you'll see that on several of the tasks, it refers to documents which are contained within those folders, which I've just been trying to open there. So for example, task 2 on the SIL revision is organisation. So what we want you to do there is basically complete a little checklist, which will act as a bit of a revision programme. So that is located within that new team channel, Progression Exam Revision Materials SIL, and it should come up as the checklist. Okay, so there's reference to several different exercises and activities. So we've got also contained within the revision materials, we've got the glossary that you should be filling in of key terms. There's some exam style questions, some of which you might have already done over the course of the year, but obviously it's all about refreshing. And then there's an essay planning and preparation document which has got to be completed in conjunction with the essay planning video that you're also going to watch. So you do need to be going into that folder area on Teams quite regularly. The other thing that you do need to do, all right, within that folder is you need to access the new booklet. So as part 2 of the SIL, you're going to be doing an introduction to psychopathology, and the first thing that you're going to be doing is definitions of abnormality. Now, obviously, because the vast majority of you haven't been into college yet, we haven't been able to distribute the printed booklets. So what we would like you to do, for those of you who have got access to a printer at home, we obviously want you to print out the psychopathology booklet and fill it in as you're working through these different lessons. If you don't, okay, you could work directly into an electronic version of the booklet. I've tested it and it does open up, so you should be able to do that. Or if you don't want to kind of fill it in that way, what you could always do is just kind of take notes on paper initially, and then when we get back in September, we will be giving out paper copies to anybody who's not being able to print them out, and you can obviously fill those in. So that's kind of how all the SIL is put together. If you have problems accessing any of the image links above, then you can access every single link there at the bottom. But this is quite a big chunk of work for you to do before you return in September. Obviously, the revision for the progression exam is really, really important. And to clarify, your progression exam will be on that very first day when you come back into college. So for you, your progression exam will be on period 2 on the Monday. So you do need to make sure that you are working steadily through all of this material. Now, obviously, when you arrive back into college on that Monday, so Monday the 7th of September, I won't be your teacher at that stage, okay? I start my maternity leave actually on the day that you come back into college. Now, I am going to try and come into college just for a couple of hours on the morning so that I can get to see you all, but obviously coronavirus permitting and whether or not I've got to shield, etc., I don't know whether that's going to be possible, but I am going to try and get in to see you just to touch bases with you all before obviously we hand over to the new lady, who I think it should be Katie, but there are two new ladies starting. I think it's Katie that's taking over your class. Both of them are wonderful, but yeah, I think it's Katie that's taking your class on. So that's the plan for September. Like I said, you do need to be prepared for the 7th of September to do the progression exam in your very, very first lesson back for psychology. There's no other kind of way around doing that. And hopefully I'll be there to talk to you. Hopefully I'll be there to see you just temporarily. But if not, then obviously I wish you all the best of luck for next year, and I will be popping in at some point once I have had said child, just to see everyone. So I'll come in and see all of your lovely smiley faces then, hopefully end of September, beginning of October potentially. So if you have any problems, obviously I will continue to be your main point of contact all over the summer holidays. And I also just wanted to stress to you that because I've not been able to access Teams effectively, I am still working through your projects. The work that you have been completing has been brilliant for the most part, and some of you have really put a lot of effort into completing these to a really high standard. So I really do want to just apologise that you haven't had the returned work yet, but now that I can access things, fingers crossed, you will get all of your returned work and your comments at some point over the course of this week. For those of you who haven't yet handed in the work, obviously because of my technical issues, it's not been that much of a problem. You have missed the deadline now, and whilst it might be very easy for you to just kind of go, oh well, I won't bother, I think it's good practice for you to try and complete that work for me. So yeah, you can submit it at any time that you want at all, and I'll try and get that back to you, obviously technology is permitting. So I wish you all a lovely holiday, and please do stay in touch with me if you have any issues. Okay, take care guys.